So Briggs with that first pitch single, and Newland lifts it in the air to center. See how the wind is taking it as it's blowing in. And it's the left fielder, Vanessa Nesby, who 2-1 pitch. Koffel has it. Turn to first, not in time. They get the leadoff runner. Back up the middle and off a Schoonover. That's the second base hit of the first inning for LSU.
Has done in her time here at Kentucky, an annual top 25 team, thanks to her leadership.
And now Stephanie Schoonover, she usually is.
There's no doubt about it. Two of the best strategists of the game. Just really do a nice job of putting their teams together.
And got her on the 3-2 pitch, and Schoonover gets out of the inning. No run.
A very good shortstop, but she's always been this power hitter in the lineup for Kentucky.
Boy, she got a piece of that one, but that wind is holding it up, and it's taken just in front of the track.
It's coming at you hard down the corner, but that's just a big loss for LSU.
And there's another chance down there at second base, and that one handled well by the other freshman, Sierra.
Career at bats, you know, from the upperclassmen.
And there's McKee across the diamond. And for Berzon, it's a 1-2-3 inning.
LSU is just so good at putting the ball in play and making things happen.
That ball off the wrist, and that's back up the middle for a base hit. Only played.
LSU, they are veteran teams.
Yeah, that ball's hit pretty well, too. And it gets over the head of Nesby. One hop off the wall. McKee hustles into third. She'll be held there. And LSU is something go again, as they've got two on in both of the first two innings. And after getting the count full, she issues the 3-2 walk to Daniel.
The season, but against this hitting lineup for LSU, she may need to go to that.
Oh, wow. And that's the kind of thing that can happen. And that's Carissa Hamilton. 3-2 again. Lorsing's got it, looks across. What a nice play by Grace Lorsing. Rainy night, difficult ball. Here comes Newland again, and she gave it a ride pretty well in the first inning and flew out the left, and that's trouble in the infield. They get the out, though, and for whatever reason, Lynch held up at third.
The Kentucky making the decision to unintentionally, intentionally walk
and that hit her.
Taylor Pleasance.
They just walked her because I'm telling you, one thing Schoonover's got, she's got a lot of move. This is the first time I've seen her in person.
That's happened there within a play of getting out of this inning, only being down one run. It doesn't have that feel yet to it, but if they can work out of, they worked out of a jam in the first inning, giving up the one run.
He'll be on the move. 3-2, 2 outs. Here in a second. And she walks in a run.
Time through, and just a lot of counts, high counts, a lot of pitches.
That ball is hit pretty well to straightaway center, but back there on the track is Blanton, and she hauls it in. And the inning is over, but not framing that pitch. That ball's hit well, and that could be extra bases. Throw comes in, and it's cut off by Pleasance.
And Hutchins doing her best to change that.
Grace Lorsing hit it off the fist. Throw over to first. Lorsing's gone. But Hutchins, from what I've been able to gather, is most every series has the potential of being impacted by weather. There's a grounder to third. Nice play. How about that freshman?
Very close.
Of that all-time, it was over 500. I think she's at about 5'11". And Nesby down on strikes. 12-minute delay before we actually got playing. And that ball's lifted to left field. Nesby underneath it for out number one.
Well, you know, the young...
Here you see she singled and scored. Been very impressed with this young lady tonight. And that ball's up the middle and past the pulled-in Koffel for a base hit. So McKee not only
to, you know, just sometimes you overthrow a little bit and was just missing slightly outside of the zone, but have seen her a different Schoonover.
Yes, we have.
After this rain delay, no doubt about it.
It's a great call, Carol. That ball's hit pretty well to left, but it's going to squirt foul. Nice play out there by Nesby. I didn't think she was going to be able to get that close to it, but nearly made the play. Ball hit toward the second baseman, and that ball hit the runner. That ball hit McKee, right?
So they called obstruction on Tobias, which is a really interesting call. That
call that they made. And so the net result, runner goes. They had the cutoff play on, and McKee was holding up at third. So, and that ball missed outside. And it couldn't have missed by much, but
in the nation.
Boy, and that ball gets behind the Kentucky catcher, and it's still loose. Here comes the runner to the plate. Tag, not there. And so you had McKee score from third base as Mitchell couldn't handle the pitch. And then Daniel comes around and scores all the way from second. And LSU leads it 4-0.
Oh, we saw this earlier, this pitch. Mitchell doesn't get her glove up fast enough, so it tips off the top. Good heads up base running by Daniel. Love how aggressive LSU is being in this ball game.
They call it a wild pitch, and that's followed up by a base hit that gets down in front of Nesby. And so after loading the bases, LSU has gotten all three of those base runners home.
Score in bunches, just taking advantage of opportunities, and 2-out RBI. Just one of the toughest plays to make in the game and one of the most important plays in the game. You've got to earn.
And that ball's ripped to right. Smith broke late on it, couldn't come up with a catch. And Kentucky still not out of the third. That ball to the shortstop. Koffel gets it, and the inning comes to an end, but not before the Tigers get 3 runs. And that time she chased one out of the zone.
In the field, trying to take away that little flare over the outfield, infield into the outfield, and
sure,
shows good patience and draws the walk. Of Kentucky softball, and you can see she's 7th on the list in the SEC.
Boy, she didn't get a barrel on that, but boy, she drove it to the gap. Here's the throw to the plate, and Tobias is in there safe. So
really took it upon herself this summer to make some improvements. It's really paid off for her.
Got her on the wrist, though, and that's the catcher, Berzon, who hauls it in.
Down by the knees, just a tough pitch for a power hitter to hit.
Right back to the pitcher, and that is gonna be safe at first. Boy, it was they're gonna call that an error on the pitcher.
LSU hasn't. I mean, they've only allowed 1 stolen base. That's just a very impressive stat.
Ball stayed upstairs, and now Berzon has worked herself in. Tough play for the shortstop, but that's why she is so good, as Pleasance made it look easy. Wildcats get a run, but they strand 3. That ball ripped into right field for a base hit. Smith gave a little peek about coming up and throwing to first, but couldn't field it cleanly.
See you the rest of the way.
Lacatena again with the 2-2 pitch. The ball is lifted to right center. Smith is going to take it. Got her to pop up just on the edge of the infield. Big motivator for her club. That ball's popped up on the right side. Borzon gets it. Nothing going for. Back toward the middle. Nice play at second, but boy, just not able to plant and get anything over there for Daniel. So that will be an infield single. Infield in at every position for LSU. And there's the bunt, and that is a beautiful, beautiful bunt. And that is a big-time play.
Kentucky's had tons of success hitting over 325, 326 to be exact.
Got her swinging. Really, maybe
This is a true drop ball, true spin, but it's not only the spin on the ball, it's the location.
Wow, did Pleasance get that tag? No, she didn't. What a play, though. My goodness.
Batting average is tops on the team for Kentucky. So far tonight, 0 for 2. You're going to take your chances with the Riley Smith, and it also helps your decision-making on defense.
Smith to the right side. First baseman had to hustle, but the Wildcats leave him loaded and can't scratch across a run.
For 1 tonight.
And the Sooners and the Longhorns, who will both be in SEC play next year, as Garrett Daniel leads off with a first pitch single to left.
Depending how it goes this weekend.
So back to the top of the LSU order, and Sierra Briggs from here in Lexington and right. Nicely played by Larson, but Briggs is successful in the sacrifice as Daniel goes to second with 1 out. Off the wrist, and that's into center field for a base hit. Here comes Daniel, and a throw cut off. She'll get a look at a 2-2 pitch from Alexia Lacatena. Got her on the hands. Will it stay in play? It's Tobias in foul territory. And
quite a bit. You want to find the fence first and then the ball.
And that ball is hit to left. Smith is right there. Inning is over. For LSU, no runs, a couple of hits. They leave 2 on with 9 first pitch strikes. As that ball's grounded to short, Pleasance has no problem with it. And there's 1 down. Second play of the inning. And once again, Pleasance makes it look easy.
More efficient with her pitches as well, getting ahead.
And that ball carries, but the wind's going to bring it back. Briggs has it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers, who lead it.
That pitch up, catch the ball, be strong with it with your wrist.
That ball's up the middle for a base hit. Grudity with her. That ball's driven to the gap in right center. Boy, how about that play by Nesby to cut it off? She covered some ground and saved a run right there. Still LSU. That ball is hit on a button, and Nesby, only her speed allowed her to get that. That allows
better chance of success.
That ball thrown through, and they say it's an out. Allie Mitchell got the throw off quickly.
Miles down.
Nice tag by Koffel to snap that down and make the play.
And that will be the inning. But just think about it. As tough as the SEC is. 12 of the 13 teams in the top 25, and then you add Texas and Oklahoma, right?
That'll be fun.
Right.
If you're a fan to what should be happening, you know, a lot of times they can play any position on the field.
And Nesby, after battling during that at bat, finally succumbs and
really throw, because she would throw a lot in the dirt, get a lot of swings and misses throughout her career.
And there's Peyton Plotz, the freshman, who the Kentucky staff is so high. Boy, that's a nice piece of hitting right there. Just slapped that one by McKee. I'm sure she feels like she probably should have had it. One-run game. And a hitter. So now the base is loaded. And
Awful, because she's not going to get a lot of good pitches to hit.
That's a tough ball up the middle. Pleasant, she's safe. And I think she's going to claim that there was interference by the runner, because there was absolute contact. I'll tell you what this goes back to, Carol.
Look, we can get this replay on our own.
Take a look. You can see the contact right there. She's going for now. You know, does it make a difference or not? I mean,
well, it's the determination. Does she have a play on the ball? And I would say absolutely. She has a play on the ball. So that's what they are going to review. Was there interference on the base runner?
Review, the call of no call in the field is upheld. No interference.
May not intentionally to distract. I mean, like you said, there's a shot, and boy, who isn't? After all that, McKee goes ahead and ends the inning.
And obviously her mentoring, and credit to Coach Lawson for taking a step back as well and giving her that opportunity.
What a nice play there by Lacatena, because
all by our officiating crew.
And that ball's popped up. Carrying a little bit more now. Wind still blowing in just a little bit, or that might have carried out. Working on a 2-for-4 night. And she pops up to just about the same place. Nesby, though, has got it. And the Wildcats, one last chance. Same two teams scheduled to go here in Lexington tomorrow, as that ball is flared to McKee for out number one. Forecast in Lexington, though. Information out there on social media, and then the two teams scheduled to wrap things up on Sunday. And Larson with the first pitch. That ball in the dirt. And Bergeron with the putout. And LSU wins its 20th straight. And you see McKee, who was so big tonight as a freshman in her first SEC series. Tigers 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. Kentucky 2 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors, Carol.
And a big smile for the complete game win for Sydney Berzon.